Hi everybody, my name is Bree and welcome back to my channel, Bree's Arts. All right, you guys, I'm super excited about today's video because not only is it sponsored by Skillshare, and I will talk about them a little bit later on in the video, but we are doing some Kirkland dupes. I am so excited. Now, all of these are just regular, average, everyday home decor, but what's so great about dupes is that you can find something online or in a store and it's like super expensive, but then you can totally make it for next to nothing using things from the dollar store. So these projects today are pretty much like dupes, but one of them is really just inspired by a photo that I saw on the Kirkland's website. So it's not a dupe, it's just an inspired by, but I thought I would throw that in the video today as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and with that being said, let's get into the first DIY. All right, you guys, here we go. DIY number 1. All right, so this frame I saw on the Kirkland's website, and I 100% knew that I could dupe it. So I am using one of these frames from the Dollar Tree. It has 2 panes of glass in it, and then, you know, you stick the photo in between the 2 panes of glass. But I thought it would be just perfect for this project. So I'm using these paint stir sticks. I get them at Dollarama. I used them in my video last week as well. And I'm just putting them all together. I used 5 of them using some masking tape because I am going to cut these using my miter box, and this is just the easiest way to get them all the exact same size. So you can see here I'm just, you know, measuring it out, seeing how much I need to cut off, and then magically, there we go. And so I'm just using some of my antique wax by Waverly and giving these paint stir sticks a quick coat, and then of course just taking a baby wipe and wiping off the excess. And then here I'm using the back portion of the frame here. So there's 2 pieces, right? And I'm using the back part of it. And I'm just lining up all of my painter sticks and using my hot glue gun and gluing those down onto the plastic frame there. And just like that. And those painter sticks, man, they stained like so nicely. I love how that turned out. And again, you know, hot glue, putting it on there all the way around, and done. And so here you can see I stained the back of those painter sticks. I couldn't handle it that they were not stained when I flipped it over. And then I just put the frame all together. And so here, I know that in the inspiration piece, it is like a photo frame that's in the middle, but I wanted to do something just a little bit differently. You guys do you though. I know that you can get little tiny square frames at the Dollar Tree, but I just used one of those wooden squares that I got at Dollar Tree as well. And I'm just grabbing one of these rub-ons here. Now the one that I chose says Gather, and these rub-ons are from Dollar Tree too, you guys, and they are spectacular. They're so easy to use. And then this other package of rub-ons also from Dollar Tree. I'm just kind of piecing some of this, you know, foliage together just to make the center of this piece here. So just using a popsicle stick, I'm just rubbing that down. And if you don't get the whole thing off like in one go, you just lay it back down and rub where you missed and then bring it up, and they work so well. And so again, just using some of the black foliage here and just sticking it down, you know, see how I'm putting it back down and then rubbing it again. And then I'm just, piecing this together. So, little leaves here and there just to get the look that I want. Now you guys, you can do whatever you want. Again, if you wanted to use a picture frame, no problem. Like whatever your heart desires, this is always merely for inspiration. And there we go. So I don't know why I showed you so much of this. Look at me go with the rub-ons. Oh, I think this one is the last one. There we go. Okay, so I'm just finding the center here. I just eyeballed it, throw some hot glue on there, and this project is done, you guys. Like, how easy was that? And it's so incredibly inexpensive. So the inspiration piece from Kirkland was $22.50, and I did mine for $2.50. All right, you guys, so I just wanted to pop in here really quickly to talk about Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is an online learning community where thousands of creative people come together to explore their creative journeys. I know that anybody who is watching this video right now is creative, and if you want to explore your creativity, Skillshare is the perfect place to start. From photography to illustration to DIY home decor and so much more, you will be able to find classes that will match your needs and interest on Skillshare. Skillshare's classes are also ad-free, you guys, so you can get into the zone and let your creativity soar. There are new premium classes launched every single week, so there's always something new to discover on Skillshare. So the most recent class I've taken on Skillshare is called Interior Design, Interior Decorate Like a Boss by Rose Sprinkle. With this class, I definitely gained a whole bunch of tips and tricks as to how to use mirrors in a space, how to achieve balance, how to use scale and color theory as well. So I am actually going to be revamping the guest bedroom in my home, and this class, along with a lot of the class projects by other classmates, has given me some great insight into how to design that space. All right, you guys, so the first 1,000 people to click the link down in my description box or to use my code BREEZARTS will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so that you can start exploring your creativity today. I want to send a huge shout out to Skillshare for partnering with me on today's video. And with all of that being said, you guys, let's get back into those projects. All right, and moving on to DIY number 2. So check out this lantern. It is so cute. And just so you guys know, on the website, there are 3 different sizes. So this is the smaller of the 3. And I'm using these square wooden dowels that I get at Dollarama. And I'm just taking my antique wax yet again and a baby wipe. And I am going to do all 4 sides of each one of these square dowels. So paint, and then rub it off with the baby wipe. And so these little decor pieces, I didn't show, you'll see which ones they are, and I do use them in another project as well in this video. But I'm just taking these, they're from Dollar Tree, and using my Java chalk paint, I painted the insides, and now I used these jumbo popsicle sticks I believe I got them at Walmart, and I also put some of the antique wax on them, and here I'm just cutting them down to size because I wanted to go around the outside of each one of these boxes here. And so I just cut it down, sand down the edges, and they fit absolutely perfectly on the sides of these boxes, you guys. And just using some hot glue, and we are going to go all the way around on each side of the box here and put one of those popsicle sticks on each side, just like that. So it actually like looks like it's, you know, real wood. Brilliant. Just like that. Okay, so you can see the decor piece that I'm using from the Dollar Tree right here. It's the metal. I think it says something about teachers on it. And I'm just taking some hot glue and putting that into each corner, and then putting my square wood dowel into each corner there, just like that. I love using these square dowels, you guys, for making lanterns. Like, they're absolutely perfect. And then so you can see there, just making sure that everything is straight, and we're gonna do the exact same thing here and throwing that in there with our hot glue. Done deal. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. And now using a few of these popsicle sticks, they're a little bit smaller than the other ones that we used around the outsides on the boxes there. And I'm making some of those little shutters, right? So I'm just cutting them down to size, making sure that they fit in there. And I'm going to do 3 on each side. And of course you can see there that I did paint those up with my antique wax. And so using some hot glue and just putting that in there, making sure, you know, that they're nice and flush and that they're on an angle that matches all the way around, if that makes sense. Like, you want to make sure that they're all on the same angle and they're all lined up on each side of the lantern. Just like this. So you can see how nice and lined up they are. Looking fabulous. It's so cute. I absolutely love this project, you guys. And so using some of my tumbling tower blocks, I'm just using 3 of them and making a little handle for the top. Paint that up with my antique wax, and then we're going to hot glue that onto the top, and this lantern is done, you guys. Like, it's so easy. And look at it, it looks so good. Oh my goodness, I love this project. And so here you can see $36, and I did mine for $6.50. Stellar. All right, you guys, I'm just popping in here really quick to make sure that you are enjoying this video and to remind you that if you like home decor DIYs on a budget, things that look high end for like pretty much nothing, then you've come to the right place. So make sure that you tap that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also make sure that your notifications are set to all so that you don't miss any of my uploads. And with that little blurb all said, let's get back into those projects. All right, and DIY number 3. Okay, I love this one, you guys. So check this out. Isn't it so pretty? Love. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to use some of my packing tape, I guess it is. I get mine off of Amazon. I know that you can get the big rolls from Dollar Tree, but they're just too big. So I like using this stuff. I'll link the paper down in my description box if you guys are interested in that. And you can see here, so I use 24 inches. And here I'm just drawing kind of like a leaf shape. Now, obviously I didn't use the full 24 inches, but that's kind of the shape that you want, is to have it rounded like that. And then, you know, just like when we were in kindergarten, we're gonna make, you know, a fan. So just, just going back and forth. The folds are probably about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. But just go back and forth from the center, because you want to make sure that everything is all lined up. And then when you're doing your second half, it continues in that accordion style, like fan style pattern that we're doing, right? So back and forth, and there it is. So just stretch it out. All of the folds that I did here ended up being like super straight. I was actually, not gonna lie, pretty impressed. And so here I'm just gathering up the bottom just to create a stem. Now, you guys, I don't know what's going on with my camera. I'm so sorry, but a lot of this DIY is out of focus. Ugh, I don't know what is happening. I will definitely try to be more diligent to make sure that things are in focus, because that's 2 videos in a row. It's just brutal. But you can see there, I used my stapler. I stapled the bunch together and then cut off the excess there. And now what I'm gonna do is take my scissors here and just create slits at the, just kind of by the folds, not on the folds, but like right beside the folds as I go around this leaf here. So it gives you, you know, like that jaggedy edge, I guess, that these types of leaves have. So just going all the way around, making these small cuts in the top, and see, there we go. We have, you know, a jaggedy leaf. And just like fan it out just a little bit more, you know, like make it exactly how you want it so that your eyes are happy. And then using some jute from the Dollar Tree, I'm just wrapping the stem. So just using some hot glue and going around and around and around just to wrap the stem so that it's nice and clean. Cutting off the excess and then, you know, finishing it off with some hot glue there. Just like that. Okay, so this frame, it is 12 by 12. I got it at Dollar Tree. I'd never seen them there before, you guys, so maybe this is just new to me or I missed them or something like that, but these are a significant size. It's awesome. And so you saw there, I just took out the glass and the little, the mat that was in there as well. And I just traced around the frame there, because I'm going to use some of these garden stakes that are from Dollarama. And we're gonna do like a little bit of a shiplap look here. So when I measured it out, I just had to cut off the tips of each one. Of course, you could use like jumbo popsicle sticks if you wanted to, painter sticks, like whatever you have on hand. And here you can see I'm just kind of lining everything up so that it's, you know, equal spacing, and then taking my hot glue gun and just, you know, covering the entire thing with these sticks. And just like that. I will not show every single one being stuck down, I promise. But that is some really awesome hot gluing. And so there we go. They're all down onto the backing of that cardboard there. And so this, I'm just putting this in here to make sure that it fits, and it does, and it's fantastic. And so I took it back out, and I'm just going to give this a very, very rough coat of my white chalk paint by Folk Art. So using my chippy brush, just going along and giving that, like I said, just a rough coat. It does not have to be perfect. I wanted some of the, you know, the natural wood to show through as well. And then just taking my sanding block and just distressing it down just a titch. Look at that. All right. Okay, so I placed it back in the frame, and then I did notice there was a little bit of a gap, and that drove me absolutely crazy. So I am using some more of that that jute cord that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna go all the way around the outside with my hot glue and just trim this up so you don't see any gaps at all on the outside. So it just kind of like, you know, finishes it off and makes it look nice and clean. And then it kind of coordinates into with the color of the leaf. And so then last step, you guys, just taking some hot glue, throwing it on the back of there and placing the leaf down. And this project is done. Now, does this not blow your mind? $100 for the Kirklands, and mine was only $6. Like, what? All right, you guys, this is it. Last one, DIY number 4. And this one is the inspired by, merely inspired by. Look at how humongous that thing is. So I just made a kind of a mini version of it. And so this is the decor piece that I was talking about in the lantern DIY. And I just used some of that nail polish remover, and the letters came off no problem. And now using 2 different sizes of these square dowels and my white chalk paint, check this out, and they're painted white. And so here is where my measuring mat, I've told you guys before, get a measuring mat, because it really came in handy for this DIY for real. So you can see there, I'm just kind of lining everything up there, and I'm making marks because I'm going to drill a few holes in those smaller dowels that are going to go across the top and the bottom. So just using my power drill, drilling these holes here. And you can see there, they were not lined up on that one side. So I had to, I had to switch them so that I could get them lined up, but it all worked out. It's all good. And so here, just placed everything back onto the mat, and I'm just going to take some hot glue and throw those onto the bigger ones there, cleaning up all my, you know, the hot glue smooches. All right, and doing that to the top and the bottom. And so you want to make sure that your holes are going like through the top and the bottom, right? Because that's how we're gonna attach this this box here. And so again, just using my measuring mat, lining everything up. My big honkin' head is getting in the way. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, you guys. And just lining those up, and then using my power drill and then drilling some holes in there. 4 of them, obviously, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. Okay, so now I figured, I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. I thought that the hot glue wasn't going to be enough to hold everything together. And so I shouldn't have done this. Don't do this, you guys. Like, just learn from my mistakes, because look at that. I split the freaking wood, even though I drilled pilot holes. Like, that's not supposed to happen, but it did. But I fixed it up with some hot glue, and then I did end up going over it with a little bit of paint, and you can't even see that the wood is split. But yeah, so put 4 screws in all of the joints there. And then I just took this little clip here. Again, I'm pretty sure I pulled it off of something. You know, keep all your stuff, because you never know when things are going to come in handy. And then I'm just screwing that onto the box there, just like that. I love this. It's so cute. Okay, so here I'm going to use my half wood beads. I get them off of Amazon. I'm pretty sure, I think it's 17 that go all the way across. I'm sorry, you guys, I don't know what size they are. I will link them down in the description box. I get them from Amazon, obviously. And yeah, you just, if you want to use bigger ones, you know, go ahead. If you want to use just like some pearls going across, like the sticky pearls from the Dollar Tree, that would work too. And then you just paint them white, right? And so I learned this trick from Kathy Jo. Kathy Jo, if you have not seen her channel, she's amazing. I love her. She is like my YouTube bestie. She's amazing. So I just used some tape with the sticky side up, and then tape that down to my mat. And now I'm going to paint my beads. Like, this is brilliant. And it's so fast. I absolutely love this technique. And then, you know, once they're dry, just pop them right off and they're done. You know, phenomenal. Thank you, Kathy Jo. You're the best. And so just removing those from the tape, we are going to take our hot glue and glue every single one of those down. And so I started on top of where like my screw holes were, and it worked out perfectly. And again, out of focus, you guys. Ugh, so frustrating. I'm so sorry. But you can see here, I'm just using my white chalk paint, and I didn't really like that it was brown around the outside. So I just painted that up in white, and I thought it looked a heck of a lot better. And now here I'm just taking some masking tape and some of my jute cord. And this is how we are going to attach that little box to our frame that we've created. So just threading that through, putting a knot in, and I'm going to do that to all 4 of the holes that I put into the box. So, you know, masking tape, thread it through, create a knot, and so we have all 4 there. And then here is the tricky part, you guys. You want to make sure that this is level and that the strings are the same length, obviously, because you don't want it to be crooked. So I did have to fiddle with this just a little bit. It worked out actually really well. Just don't tie the knots super tight when you first do them, and then you can kind of adjust, right, to make sure that everything is nice and straight. And so we're doing that to the bottom as well. And then with this, you can put a picture frame or like a picture in that little clip. You can do whatever you want. It would be really pretty if you put like upside down dried flowers or something like that. Like whatever. It's so pretty. All right, everyone, that is it for our neutral Kirkland's dupes. I legit love how these all came out. I love Kirkland's, you guys. Like I said before, go and check out their website. They have so much stuff on there that you can make yourself and get inspired. Like the last DIY that I did, it wasn't exactly the same, but you can at least get some inspiration. As always, you guys, let me know down in the comments which one of these was your favorite. I'd like to send a huge shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Like, check out this vignette, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this. I love it. And of course, if you like what you see, do me a solid. Tap that like button, maybe subscribe, tell your friends, you know, all of that jazz. Stay tuned for the gag reel. Bye, guys. Okay. Here we go. From photography to crafting to photography. All right, you guys, I hope that you're enjoying these projects today. And all right, you guys, well, all right, you guys, I'm just popping in here really quick to make sure that you guys are enjoying you guys. See, I got this one hair. It's tickling me and it won't stay. Oh, now it's gonna, oh no, maybe not. Stay put. There we go. There are, itchy nose. You know what's funny, you guys? I had never heard of Kirkland's before because, you know, I'm up in Canada and I always see creators using Kirkland's. I'm so glad that I discovered it because they have beautiful things and a lot of their stuff is very makeable. So, you know, go and check out their website and see if you're inspired by them too, you know, like, yee, it's so great. It's so much fun. Kirkland's Dupes. Yes, I think we got it. Oh,